Hello! This is who knows how many episodes of Tired City it's been. But this is the grand tour of the Queen's Castle. This is the castle gates. The castle is on the crossroads of Queen Street and Alone Boulevard. There's TNT that is never lit, but they say do not enter to protect the queen. There is a lava moat that goes all around the castle, and there are castle gates. The drawbridge is right here, and these are the grounds that everyone. So just letting you know, this castle is Queen Elsa's house. This is basically my house. So this is the public grounds where everyone has fun parties and stuff. People smell the roses, listen to the waterfall, listen to the lava crackling threateningly. And here's the royal hall. This door is not used for anything, it's just an empty room. This is the royal hall. This is where all the royal weddings, coronations, and anything the celebration to do with the queen takes place. These are the catacombs where this is where the king is. Since it's old as time, believe me. Where the king is, he has a bigger area. This is where the king sits and gets ready, and he comes out right here from the side and sits in his throne. This is the queen section. It's smaller since it's old and he segregated males and females. But this is the queen's area. That's the fireplace you hear. See, it's kind of like an unfinished area, see? That's where the queen comes out and sits in the throne. The throne is made out of emerald, redstone, which is a powerful thing in Minecraft, gold, lapis lazuli, and diamond. There are windows you can see the sunset, so if there's a sunset coronation, or you can see the sunrise. The restrooms and guest quarters. The restroom, it's really old. There's only like one little restroom with a shower, because this doubles as a servant thing. There is a steam shower. You press button for a steam feature. The steam head is right there. The shower. It's beautiful. Here's a little toilet. That's a little window to outside too. The guest and servant quarters are up here. Since the servants really didn't get treated very well, way old time, like 1800s, when this castle was built, they only did teeniest little windows they had to like barely step onto. These windows were the extent of what they would usually get in the city. It was just enough to double as a watchtower. People could stand and see who was coming down the road, if they were carrying a gun or any of that stuff. These are servants' beds. It's old, it's gross, and it smells, but it's redone. So this castle was built in a time when they didn't like witchcraft, but I'll get back to that in a few minutes. This is the kitchen, game room, and spare room. This kitchen is the whole thing. So they have huge banquets. This is the kitchen. It's tiny. They have to cook like so fast to get the banquet out in time. You go up the ladder since it's so old. There's no stairs. There's the game room with the jukebox and a note box, which both make music. You can see into people's backyards. See the person's pool, and you can see into their rooms and stuff. Then this is called the spare room, but it's actually a witchcraft room. You can see the sunrise from here, so you can tell whether it's going to be sunrise or moonrise or whatever. There's no window since no one liked witchcraft, so they had to call it the spare room. The queen is telekinetic. A lot of people practice witchcraft, especially the royal family in Tired City. But even in Tired City, people except the king and queen were burned at the stake because of the cities around it. Tired City didn't do it, but people burned at the stake would. This was a secret room with a special door. And it looked totally normal from the window. That's why it was called a spare room. The formal patio is where regular people, like the super rich people, like the people who live in this neighborhood, like that super rich mansion neighborhood, can pay $30,000 an hour to get their wedding. here. It's a little patio. It's a royal patio. At night, it's beautiful. You can see all the lights going out, which are the beacons. And the bride and groom or whoever kisses and gets their rings and stuff right here. You go out here. Right here, it's easy. At the outdoor grotto, which is the public outdoor grotto. There's a beautiful fountain. There's windows to the kitchen. As you can see, there's no windows to the witchcraft room. The royal hall looks out here too. These little areas were little like inside, like little things in the flowers. That's where all the vendors set up tables or food so people can mingle and drink and stuff. Like here, that's where a big table is. There's another fountain. There's a Queen's Ground private property. Dining room and ballroom. Though that iron door, that silver door, is the catacomb. This is where like a drink bar, maybe like beer will be set up, maybe bottles of liquor. Same with this. This is more where the buffet is right here. Since it's old, and in the olden days they needed like little tables in the corners to hold flowers because mothballs would gather, moths. So they'd have to put mothballs, and they would put flowers to cover up the mothballs. See, here is a big, see, that's where all the plates, right there, right where the big nether brick fence is, that's where all the plates are, that's where all the platters are held, right there. People would have to stand up on their chairs and reach for their platter. But here are all the plates. Here is where the most dignified at the head, just regular. So this is the banquet room, and all those black things on the table, besides the flower pots, all the other black things in the middle of the table, where all the platters were held. This is a ballroom. So this is kind of like where everyone would sit and drink and talk and mingle after the dinner. See, that's another catacomb behind the fireplace. Here's the fireplace. It keeps everyone warm in the winter. Now the castle is central air and heat, but it didn't used to. Here's the bar. You see all the drink choices right here. And there's including water. The little thing in the bottom right corner is water, but everything else are spirits. There are flowers on the top. And the cool thing about this bar is the people would sit here and be like, oh, I'm going to make a drink. Here's the little tiny kitchen. Here where all the drinks are. When they'd say, your drink is ready, and come out of the door, and they'd serve them and go back in. So it'd be like an effortless experience. So that's the dining room and party room. Right here is where the queen and princess's living quarters are, right back there. You see they're not marked with a sign because people might steal or something. I keep going in the wrong places because the doors keep doing weird stuff. So you see you go right here, and there are the queen's private property. See, it's much prettier. I'll get to the inside first. See, here's the inside. See, right here is where you look. There's a party room again. See, that's where you enter, and that's the backyard. I'll show you later. So here's the grand ballroom. In the story of Frozen, Elsa and Anna are in the grand ballroom, and they make like little spires like this, made out of ice. This is made out of ice, and Anna fell from the top one, and that's why it's all frozen over, because it's representing Elsa's powers. There is a lot of stained glass. Oh, with the sun's rising, I can't wait for you to see. If I can show you. I have time. Here is a fire stained glass window. Let's take a minute to appreciate the sunrise. Look at that. That's what people see every morning in Tired City. Look at that. That is just beautiful. There's no windows in the Queen's grounds at the sunrise. But people, if they're partying along into the night, they can see the sunrise right here. It's the prettiest part of Tired City. I'm gonna have to take a picture. Not in this video, but in the next sunrise. So that's the grand ballroom. See, there is a stained glass window, same shape as every other window. It looks like a fire. Here's the library. There's another See how it kind of looks like a fire burning with a flame on the bottom and smoke on the top? Here's the library. These are all the Queen's books. There's millions of them. And you have to get up there with a ladder. See, that's how many books the Queen has, and she has more in her room if she wants. She can get anything she wants. This is, just a guest who always likes to stay. This is representation of Elsa's room. My name is Elsa, and the Queen's name is Elsa, but she likes having ice in her room. There's a big view of the, ice palace. This is just a guest room, like the Queen's mom or whatever. But it's, like, a symbolic of Elsa's room, just like the Grand Ballroom is symbolic of Elsa and Anna. See, there's ice everywhere. There's more bookshelves that are really high. They're always closed. The symbol is Elsa's isolation. This is the Queen's bedroom. This is all hers. With the fire stained glass windows, the view of the ice palace perfectly, the 5-person bed, and the fire stained glass windows to the fountain. This is like room that keeps her proof of residence, which we'll get to in a later episode, and all her stuff. Her bathroom is actually not that spectacular. There's a jacuzzi, it's pretty big, there's a shower, and there's a toilet, that's all. But you'll see why her bathroom is not as spectacular as a queen should be. Because right next to her bedroom is a sauna steam jacuzzi that'll knock your socks off. There's a jacuzzi. There's a cold tub that has ice in the bottom, that's how cold it is. There is an ice fountain. There is a steam room, 2 stories. Totally 2 stories. You can go into the sauna, but when they're on, you close the door. You see, there is a steam room, 2 stories. You can see into the bottom. And there is a sauna, same, 2 stories. And there's also a door into the steam room, but when it's on, they're both closed. See, there's a stained glass window, because who knows if they like to dress clothes or whatever. And the Queen likes to go in her bathing suit. But you never know with other people. Here's the in-ground farm. See, the Queen only eats from this farm, which is very safe. Because other farms, you never know if the farms near the Queen are poisoned. So the Queen, you see there's a little window where sunlight can be in, nice and concealed by all the other bricks so no one will know it's a farm. The Queen only eats out of this farm. And these are where all the banquet people come and get the food. See, it's all concealed. See, here is the Queen's bedroom grotto where she looks out at. There's a flower of hope. And there is a maze. There is a maze that she never gets tired of. He's huge. There is a picnic table, a sitting area, and a tennis/volleyball court. Here is the stables, all her horses. A little grotto where her and her friends can have a private party where all the tables can go. That's the Grand Ballroom again. A soccer field, a mini soccer field. A pool. There's no jacuzzi since there's no jacuzzi outside since there's a big one inside with a diving board. There are cabanas. No bathroom since there's plenty of those in her room with beds. There's a little house except without running water. So this was the Queen's castle. This is basically my house. There's a special shade of blue, ice blue, for the beacon. Ice blue. It's the only ice blue beacon. See, the farm is concealed. The fireplace chimney is concealed. So that's the castle's grand tour. It's hidden in the middle of the city. So thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and tell a friend. Thank you. Contribute to Tired City.